for white people, right? The thing is, you have to choose those obstacles or not. This is where knowledge comes in at, because yeah, the obstacles are there, but if you have knowledge and understanding that this is an obstacle, this is going to be in my way, I should not go that way, then you won't. It is not their fault that you don't have the information. If you understand, they make it hard for you to even understand what the information is, but it's out there. And it's one of those situations where you have to stop and think, what's right and what's wrong? What is the best thing for me? And a lot of us don't do that. We go with what we believe is going to make us the most money the fastest. And this is why we're in the situation that we are in, to where a lot of people just have hustles and we don't have this, business opportunities that other races have, because we are caught up in this culture that's telling us that this is the way to go. Then you start to look back at this and you ask yourself, how have they been able to do this for so long? And it's us. It's them understanding the pieces that they put out there, knowing what the puzzle was going to be. They know what the puzzle is, right? They put the pieces out there themselves. They created the pieces. So they know we can only go certain ways. We can only go sports and entertainment, right? And they made the business route hard because they control whether you get the money or not. Right? And they control all these pieces. So we are picking from the pieces that they put out there for us to choose from. That's going to cause our downfall, not realizing that the pieces we should be picking from is the same ones that they're picking from. And then to us, it's you're a sellout. Oh, you're trying to be like the white man, not realizing that even was put out there for you to fall victim to. And it's what a lot of people are doing. So hip hop culture has caused all of this, right? For us to be looking at it and saying that this is the way to go. This is our culture. And if you dip into that bag, if that's the bag you want to be in, then you're going to have to deal with everything that's in there and create the only thing that bag is there to create. And this is what most of us have done. So a lot of us put our hands in the bag and we started to build something and we realized this ain't the bag we want to be in. And we went other places. The problem is you guys are seeing celebrities and these rappers and these people being successful. And that is the route that you're looking at. You're not understanding that even their success, these people who are getting paid millions and even billions, some of them, they are just there for that reason, to keep you chasing that bag. They don't care to make 1 million black people multimillionaires and even a few billionaires if it means keeping the majority of black people in poverty and under their control. It's not a problem for them because they know the system has been set up for us to look at them completely different anyway. So we got to think about that. You got to ask yourself, man, like, why is it? And this speaks to the control and how they're able to do this, how we don't have any successful businesses as far as, 401k businesses, Fortune 500 companies that are black owned. But you have to look at the fact that we are the face of the culture. We control what is thought to be cool on this planet, or what everybody wants to go after as far as the image they want to portray. You want to look this way, you want to be cool, you want to fit in, so on and so forth. You don't get no more cooler than us. So when you think about that and you think about the reach and influence that hip hop has, how are we in the situation that we are in? How don't we control this, right? How is it that we have all these, you had Fubu, you have Sean John, you have Yeezy now, all these major brands, Rockaware, and Carl Kanai. It was a lot of black designers that came out with clothing back in the day that had clothing lines, shoes, or what have you, that are gone. And it's not a coincidence that systematically, as this stuff, gains popularity, it's gone eventually because we just decide that it's not cool no more. Like the system decides that it has to go. And this is where the media influence comes in at, and they could just be like, this is no longer cool, or something is more popular. The same brands for the longest have been the top brands, right? Think about that. The influence of Louis, who don't even advertise, you don't see no Louis Vuitton commercials. You barely see any Gucci commercials. These people have been on top of the game for the longest, and nothing has come up to make them fall in no way. But every single black company has fallen. Look at Diddy's situation now. Sean John was a good brand. I bought a lot of his stuff because, it's a black man, a black business is a good image to have. It's gone. And you don't see it no more. You're not going to see it because of the Diddy fiasco, the whole situation. But look at what happened with Fubu. Fubu, for us, by us. Gone. And it's a lot of companies. Somebody sent me a video, a guy talking about this. As a matter of fact, it's a lot of companies that we don't even realize was around that was black owned that just quietly faded away and disappeared because we have been programmed to accept their brands and not our own. And a lot of people we don't support black business. We don't support black brands because that's just not popular, because the programming told us that I'm not going to support this black man because I don't want this black man to be shitting on me. We've created our own narrative to destroy black businesses. I don't support black businesses because black businesses are not as good as white businesses. They are not as adequate as white businesses. So we put this out there ourselves. Oh, I can't support them because of this reason and that reason. Now, realizing that these people don't have the same access to funds and the same access to resources that these white companies have, which you should understand. And by giving them the support and supporting them 100% and all the way will allow them to have the resources to get to that point. And it's messed up that, yeah, we want to get this back in and support from our people. But in order for a business to survive, we got to get it from the white man. We got to get it from people other than black people. We can no longer rely on our race for a black business to be sustained. That's why I told you guys, when you put up your Shopify stores, don't let nobody know it's black. Unless you're on a black owned site, don't let nobody know you black and you own it, because you're going to have haters, and black people are not going to buy from you just because you're black. And it's just the programming that's been put out there for us to have to keep running this whole cycle of poverty that we've been controlling and running for decades. But the biggest driver of all of this has always been the music that we sing into our energy, into our consciousness, right? We sing this all the time. So many songs that we don't realize sound beautiful to us. Emotional Roller Coaster, another song women love to sing that song. It's so many songs that we just don't realize is just programming to get us to change our consciousness and shift into the reality that they want us to produce. And it's so deep that, it sounds crazy when I'm talking about it, but when you start to really understand how energy works, is exactly what we've done. And a lot of people are not going to realize that. And I did this video, and I'm saying this because, again, I do consultations, as you guys know. Bookings are still available. I talk to a lot of people, and I realize that a lot of people are where they are because their consciousness has shifted outside of the realm of, them being knowledgeable about how life works. And it sounds so crazy. It's like, okay, of course you understand this, but a lot of people do not, because when you're in your world and you're in your atmosphere, that's what you know. And if you don't have somebody that's a conscious observer and observing you and looking at you and seeing how your life is going, you're not going to understand. And this is why we got to have friends. And this is what friendship is about. And, that's been, also destroyed by the culture, because now, back when we had good friends, people that call and check up on you, you have friends that want to compete with you. You have friends that want to one up you, that want to be better than you, that want to talk down on you. They see your social media and see that you're doing good. They don't like that shit. So having the good friends to look at your life and say, hey, you need to fix this, or you need to stop that, that's gone. And then now, if you do that, you're a hater, right? If you say something, a person might not consciously realize that you're trying to help them, and they might call you a hater. And you're just trying to put them on about something that's really hurting them or making them look bad, that they don't even realize it's making them look bad. So much to this. And it's all a part of how hip hop was developed to bring this whole thing about. But it's always been the music. And as I said before, we go back to the 50s and 60s. And, Ice Cube got this song, before hip hop, people were still getting shot and all this kind of stuff he says in the song. And I don't know why he put that song up, because it's not true. Before hip hop, we were doing well. In the 50s and 60s, we had businesses. We had more people going to school in the 70s than ever before. More black businesses than ever before in the 60s and 70s. We were doing well. We were doing well without them for a long time. And it's because we've integrated with them and allowed them to take control of our system and our consciousness that we are where we are. Think about it. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys understand by now that if we just think about what would have been had we stuck to our own resources and stuck to our own support and did our own thing, we would be controlling things at this point. Because I think, especially since the 70s happened, and as I said, the 70s brought black and white together more than ever before. And you guys can see this today. We get support from more white people, right? When things hit the fan, and when we out there and we're talking and we putting out information, white people support it. But it's more people marching for Black Lives Matter that were white than anybody else. And it's because people get it. Again, as I said before, you're seeing more and more white people put out videos on the truth about real black history, black people being in America's first. The information is increasing, knowledge is increasing, which is why things are about to change. And they have to make it change before everything comes to a point that they can't control no more. And It's about destroying that unity and disrupting that unity so they can stay in control. So here's the thing. All you know is what you know. All you know is you and what you've been raised to know and believe. You pick up on stuff here and there, but the biggest obstacle that you have in your life is yourself. All the problems you have, you can look in the mirror and you understand where these things stem from. That is an issue you have within you that you're okay with because it's you. And you've been programmed to feel that way. A lot of people will not succeed past their consciousness, their understanding. You only go where you've been programmed to go. And the music is the programmer and TV is the programmer. And what you think social media is putting out to maybe help you is the programmer. It's not you. So as soon as you begin to operate outside of these things and start to really think about, damn, what the fuck do I really want? What do I want out of this life? What do I want to do? What is success for me? And at this point, especially if you're my age, a lot of you guys feel like you're done, or there's no point in progress of school. There's no point in progress of doing anything else other than what you've been doing because you don't know how to get out of that situation. Again, one of the reasons why I put out the whole Shopify course and all that, for you guys to get a little leeway to start generating money. It starts small and then it grows big. A lot of people finish their sites. I'm getting emails from a lot of people who are doing well already. That's something to jump on and you can actually benefit from. That's going to get better as AI comes and take place, and then this whole currency change happens. Your sites are going to be important. It's not going to be enough. If you understand what I'm saying, it's not going to be enough. So get out there now while you can get in and be on the ground floor of what's getting ready to take place. But a lot of people feel like you guys are, you're too old. You can't come up. You're stuck in the system. You got to go to work, and you put yourself in that race. You put yourself in that lock to where now you're locked into that cycle of get up, work, come home, pay bills, stress about whatever you're stressing about. You get those one little moments of clarity when all the bills are paid. If you ever get to that point where everything's paid up, you got a little bit of money left over and you can, possibly save or buy something that you want. That's fucking slavery, man. That's no way to live. That is horrible. And I know that feeling because I've been there before a long time ago. And I said I would never put myself in that situation again. And I fought tooth and nail and struggled and, studied hard to make sure I could put myself in a situation where I don't have to deal with that type of shit. And I don't want you guys to either, which is why I put out what I've been putting out. But understand it's part of the programming. There's so much that's been psychologically put out there for you to absorb, and it's you absorbing it. So you think it's you, and you think your actions and what you do, the way you feel, because this will get you fucked up, especially you women, your emotions, what you think you feel, you go off your feelings, emotions. You've been programmed to have these things. You don't even realize it, that this is not even you, but you feel that way. You feel strongly about something. And it's only until knowledge comes, the right kind of knowledge comes, to bring you out of those feelings, right? When we say get out of your feelings, that's so deep and profound because a lot of you are in your feelings about what you think you want and you don't even realize it, what you think you should do or be doing. And you don't even realize how bad that is or how dumb you look, right? So many people with all kinds of get rich quick schemes, all kinds of ways of making money, and they don't realize where it's going to go, where it's going to lead. You see a lot of these Instagram model girls, they destroy themselves. They destroy themselves. And it's just horrible to see so many black women, so many people out there willing to just destroy who they are for a little couple dollars, not even knowing what you're going to get, for the hope that you can get a bag from a guy who likes you because of your body, not realizing that you're nothing to him. It's crazy. And it's crazy because now men feel like they have to transform into a women abuser, a women user in order to get the women, because that seems like that's what the women want. You want a guy that's going to use you and throw you away. So now men are taking on this whole persona of I'm a baller. I got money. Come over here if you want the bag, so on and so forth. And it's destroying us, destroying the black family. It's destroying the culture. And it's what they want, man. It's been out here for a long time. Don't get it twisted because you see white girls doing it. Don't get it twisted because you see Latina women doing it. It's here to destroy and corrupt black people because they feed off of it from us. Go back to the 50s. Go back and look at these women. Go back to the 60s and 70s and look at how these white women dress and how they look. Now look at them today. Now they want asses and lips like black women. They want to look like black women. They want braids like black women. It's crazy. They adopted and stole our style. And then now they got you, being third rate to a style and a look that you created. You're not even on the same tier and level as them when it comes to, that position. And now it's so bad for black women. It's like every single black woman that looks good, you know, she has to be on that level. She has to be Instagram model. She's either a gold digger or a glorified prostitute. And it's just how it is. Anybody else, they can jump in and out of those roles. A white woman can put those photos and videos out there, and the next minute she can be married to some rich guy. It's the same thing that happened for black women, but it's not, we don't see it happen as often. But she can marry a rich white guy and it's not even looked at as any type of way, right? But if you're a black woman doing the same thing and you marry a rich white guy, they're going to look down on it. If you marry a rapper or what have you, they're going to look at you as you just a hoe, you know, gold digger, what have you. They can just blend right into the situation, and it is what it is. But just stuff to think about, what you guys to really think about, you know, energy association and what you choose to lend your energy to and open yourself to let the energy in you. And it's deep and it's every day. And it's a constant fight. It's a battle that we got to deal with. You know, it's the Satan and demons and, you know, all that. And choices. The choices is what control the whole thing. And if you make the right choices, you won't fall victim to it as much as the next person. But it's going to constantly be here until we decide to change it. So you got to think accordingly and act accordingly and make sure you're making the correct choices. It's going to benefit you long term. But yeah, want to put this video out real quick. Thanks for taking the time to watch. I know the book's going to sell out fast, so I expect it to be done by the weekend. Make sure you guys grab these books. It's only going to be 100. The link is not going to work once they sold out. So it's right now available. Make sure you grab them. You can pre-order God to God. That book will be coming out. Everybody who's ordered the book is going to get it first. So stay tuned. Pre-order it now. Grab it. It's going to be gone. And again, I'm going to do videos on this. I'm going to review these books, each chapter. We're going to go through the whole thing. It's going to be for download. It's not going to be on YouTube or what have you. Only people who ordered the book or who is in the society is going to have those videos. So make sure you guys grab the book so you can get those videos as well. But yeah, there's new videos coming to the Shopify Amazon course. It's like 3 or 4 good information that's coming. So everybody who has the course, stay tuned for that. Again, society members, new calendars, and yeah, we got a lot coming up. So I'll see you guys next video. Peace.